Alright, as you see, I have way lower points than the bots because my armies are weak, and armies give you a lot of points. Okay, so this is a quest that we talked about, which will need 3 people and our hero, which we don't have, of course, but that's totally fine. Alright, first we're gonna explore. Ooh, and I meet the Tetike. Okay, it's not ours, but it's in this neutral zone, which is good. So we're still gonna go there. Alright. Go here just to explore. Alright, the next thing we're gonna do is go up there and try to get it as fast as possible. Which also brings us to the point of settlers. To build another city, unless you're the cultist, you need to build a settler. And you would just essentially left click it even. And as soon as you do, and that it becomes your next thing to build, you would no longer make food. However, we're the Broken Lord, so that's not problems for us, which is great. What is, oh, never mind. I remember now. I was trying to remember what Duskare meant, but it's only to heal on the Broken Lords, which is an ability, if you take damage, you can heal them using dust, which is great. However, in the recent patch, you cannot attack the same turn that you healed, which is probably a nice fix, because I'm assuming the Broken Lords were very overpowered with that. Alright, so we do meet... I did not even notice what they were. Okay, go on. So, we can't talk to them yet. I don't know why I just went there, but that's fine. We're just gonna go back, discover these 2 places, maybe even meet our red friend, and then go about our lives. Alright, so we did get the mill foundry. Jesus, that's hard to say. So we're gonna... I'm gonna show you that again, actually. If you click it, and you drag it, you can switch position so that it comes faster in the queue, because you only make one item at a time. Our Founder's Foundry is almost done, and there would be 3 more turns after that for the mill foundry. However, we could probably bump that up, which I just did right now. So I added a guy, and then it became 3. You always want to check that, just in case it can be way faster. Now, we do lose a little bit of dust per turn, but that's fine. Oh, and if you notice, we actually have enough dust, even, to make another guy. And as you saw, when we made a new guy, I'm going to show you that again, we only lost turns for the bows and the settler, which is fine. However, it doesn't do it for the mill foundry. Jesus. So, we're going to put him back on the dust, because if you look right here, the 1 says that it's only 1 turn until the next science. If it was 2, for instance, and I would move my guy here and it would become 1, I would probably keep my guy here so that I can get my science faster. However, that's not the case, so we're going to go back to dust, because we don't really care about influence quite yet. Maybe later. Alright. Did this guy move? He moved. Okay. Is there anything else to see? I don't think so. The Borough Street is not actually that important. We're going to try to make the settler first, because we don't want the others to steal it. Wow, he has a huge zone. What is this? I suppose our map is really small. Wow, it is really small. But that's fine. There's probably only like 1 more zone here. And the next guy is probably here. There might be another neutral, like right here. Which is fine. We'll just let orange or green take it. Like green even, because there's usually 2 greens. Alright. Enter. Alright, every time you do that, you actually see what you've done last turn, which is great when you have many cities. It'll tell you that. But you can also turn that off if you don't want to in the options, I believe. I usually keep them up because that's very useful. Alright, we're going to take our guys here, and we're going to be very careful because we don't want to meet other people. If you meet someone in a neutral city, well, not city, but neutral terrain, and they attack you, you cannot do anything because it's in neutral. If they would try to attack you if your own city, for instance, you would actually force them to declare war on you, which is never good, because, well, it costs a lot of influence, which could be useful for other things, and also it means that there's going to be a huge war and that we're going to win, of course. Right, so we're going to try to move a little bit. So far there's nothing. Oh, there was a cliff there that I did not notice, but that's fine. I suppose we'll meet our friends now. When did I take language square again? Alright, and for research. That's horrible, but that's not too bad. The minor factions, as you can see, there's 2 units in that one, so if I would attack it, I would get super wrecked, but that's fine. The minor factions actually spawn 2 units very soon after the first era has been done. So that's a neat trick if you wanna, I don't know, prepare, I suppose, or just not make them spawn, because when they spawn, even if you make the villages your own, or, I don't know, destroy them, they could still attack you, which is very annoying, especially if you have a settler, because if they attack your settler, you're kinda fucked. You'll have to retreat and lose HP, but that's a thing for another day. Alright, we're gonna go close to here. Alright, so there's a bridge here that's kind of annoying. Oh, but I can still see over it, that's good. Alright, let's go here, and now I've seen everything. There's a neat resource there. Alright. So we don't actually have open pit mine stuff. We're going to take that off and take the mercenary market, like we mentioned. By clicking it off, I accelerated? Wow, words. The other ones, and put mercenary market in last because of the numbers here. That's really easy to understand, so we're going to pass that on real quick. Alright, we did get the empowerment. Probably going to be better than New Borough Street, but not as much as a settler, because we want that really quickly before it gets stolen. Now that we've seen everything, we probably won't need a guy here. However, I do want to speak to the village later, so I'll keep a guy here. He can stay there. And this guy will visit everything, along with the settler that we get. Alright, so that's still 2 turns. We don't have enough dust to make another guy. How much would that be? 120, that's a lot. I usually tend to not go over 4 if there's a lot of room. And then once you have like a lot of dust income, you can boost it up, because that will be fine. However, we will only get 2 towns most likely, so we're probably going to go up to 6 workers. That's not including the bonus workers, by the way, because they don't count towards the money, I believe, it costs you. Yeah, so we're probably going to go to 6, which will bump our income a little bit, but not that much. And then as soon as we get a steady income, we're just going to boost that up if we don't have anything to buy out. Buyout means that you would click here, for instance, if it's lighted up, because right now it's great because I don't have enough money. And by clicking it, you would instantly finish the queue. However, you would still need to wait the last turn to do it. What's great about buyout is that when you buy out this, for instance, the next item in the list would still have to be made, so it'll get all the industry point that you had that turn. Also, I did mention earlier that a settler would cut out your food income if you had him in first in the queue. However, if you buy out something, it makes that thing the first in the queue, which means that the settler is not the first, so you still get food, for instance. So if you can buy out something and you're a race that actually uses food, to not lose that food income for that day, you'll be great. By the way, if you don't know, food normally gives you more workers over time, but since we're the broken lords, like I mentioned, we actually buy them. Alright, we're gonna finish our turn here. I believe that's it. Now in the new expansion, there are a few things to notice. These, what are these called? Legendary Deed can be actually useful. Alright, so this one won't be because we need the luxury resource to make it work. But essentially, you would do what they ask you to do, which, for instance, this one is be the first to gather at least 30 units of one luxury resource at the end of your turn. But we don't have any, which is fine. So we could probably go for that one. Be the first to pacify all 8 villages? No, never mind, that's not doable in this zone, because there's only 1 village and probably 2 in the neutral zone that I mentioned. And this one, this is the most important one. It's to make the legendary building. Now, the legendary building, what's special about them is that you can only have 1 in the entire game. Not in one empire, not in every empire. Only 1 per game. So if you're the first to do it, everyone else that were trying to do it will get a slight gold refund for their time, but won't be able to make it, and will get the bonuses and they won't. This also counts as a borrow, which is great. And if you level it up, which essentially means put burrows around it so that it's surrounded by at least 3 zones, you'll get to level 2 and get the bonuses. For instance, this one gives you happiness per level, which would mean the first level would be 20, and it's always level 1 when you spawn it, and the second level would be 40, which is great, because then you don't have to worry about anything else, including like taking things that would reduce expansion's disapproval, because when you build stuff, they don't like it, and then they don't get happy. But that's fine. We can worry about that later. So we don't have this yet, titanium and glass steel yet, to build the legendary building. So we're gonna try to make that really quick. And by real quick, I don't actually mean really quick, because we still need to do stuff. Oh, I did not notice that we were actually on Glasssteel, which is really great, because that means you don't have to build on it, because your city is on it, so you already get it as a bonus. So right now you can't see it, but next turn I'll already have Glasssteel. So we're going to put that before the borough, not before the empowerment, because that's still pretty good. And then let's finish the titanium. If you zoom in more, you could probably just click on the bubbles to make it faster, but I don't know. I'm lazy, I suppose. And then, alright, we're gonna put the titanium here. Actually, we're not. 1 titanium is fine, since we already have 1 glass steel, so we can wait that these are done after. We're gonna put the glass steel before, because we have 3 titanium zones overall. Alright. This guy did not move, and I did not want him to move. This guy. Alright, let's move him up. Alter, oh, there's another neutral zone there. Interesting. Not sure if we're actually going to be able to go get it. Oh, which reminds me. If you go in the first button screen, click status screen, you can see the scores of everyone in the game that you have encountered. Of course, we only encountered Orange, which is the dragon. But that's fine, because we don't actually need them to know this part. So this is the expansion, and it tells you in percentage how much your zone is worth, and it's always the same per zone, even if the zones are maybe not always the same size. And this time it tells us 16%. So there would be about probably 7 zones, and since we're 4, we already start with 1 taken. Therefore, there are 3 neutral zones. This one, and probably another one that I cannot see yet. So, our goal is to take at least 2. If we could take 3, that would be really good, but I'm not sure if I want to waste the time getting a settler. Because if we get it stolen, then we're kind of effed. Because we have a random settler lying around, and we lost a few turns. Alright. We have enough money to buy another dust guy. However, like I mentioned, we're making a settler. And if we save up a few gold, next time that we make a city, we're going to instantly be able to buy a few workers in that city, which will be great. Because if we're only stuck with 1, we'll slow it down a lot. However, now that I think about it, we do have a settler on the way. Could I move this worker? I could. Now it's 3 turns instead, which is really great. When our mill foundry will be done, we'll get a lot of bonus industry, which is also great. Might even be only 1 turn after that. Actually, that would be really surprising, but it could happen. We could probably take a few workers off after that, so that we still get it in the same amount of turns that it says. Alright, moving on. This dude has not moved completely. Let's do that. You can see if they moved or not by clicking this right here, the sort of recycle thing. If you click it, you would go through all of your dudes that have not finished moved yet. Alright, so we're going to search this ruin. We have found nothing. That's great. I'm going to try to go to the next one. Actually, I cannot go to that one because that's my quest, and you always have to do the quest first, which is slightly annoying, but that's fine. Let's say we would do the quest here. We could actually search a ruin again to get the bonus stuff that's in there, if there's any, of course. Alright, so that's done. I believe we're done for now. We've not met anyone, which is really good. Gonna enter in. As you can see, since I've been building stuff really fast because I have a lot of workers, my points have gone up substantially, although Red is doing way more than me. I wonder what he is. Maybe he's Broken Lord too. That could happen. Oh, the turn's already over. Wow, that was real quick. I'm not used to that. Alright, let's move our guys here. Alright, we've almost seen everything. However, oh, there's a golden tree. Golden tree give you +8 gold. And by gold, I mean dust, again. That could be an ideal zone. However, I'm not sure, because there's not that much industry. There's only... how much is that? 10? Actually, that's not that bad. I was considering this area at first, because there was also one here, which would give us 1, 3, 5... wait. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Shoot, that would be great, actually, but that's not much more than 10. And there's this zone here that actually has 2 anomalies. That would be a lot of gold. By gold, I mean dust again. Jeez. Gold is actually a luxury resource in this game, but I keep thinking of it because of World of Warcraft. But that's fine. However, if we go here, there might be zones here that will be useful. So we're gonna go check that out first. As soon as I can, even. Alright. That was 3 turns last time, and it's still 2. So that did not actually bump it up. We can probably take people off. Alright, we can take 2 people off without sacrificing a turn. Let's see, public library is still 1 turn, so we're gonna keep those in dust. And hope for the best. Can we talk to people yet? Not quite yet. Alright, this guy's moved, and then we finish our turn. The turns are gonna get essentially faster, because I'm not having to talk as much. Oh, Red is cultist. Okay, that actually explains it. However, where did he meet me? That's... oh, he's up there. Okay, that's sketchy. I'm not liking this. I'm gonna... okay. Usually people have 4 movement, so you can kind of run away in that sense. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can only reach here. Which is not fun. If I could move 1 more, that would have meant that he would have to go to the forest. And when you go through forest, you actually lose 2 okay, that's not actually true. If you go in a forest, you use 2 movement. However, if you're already at 1 movement left, you can go in that forest for only 1. And when you go out of a forest, it only costs you 1. So for instance, I just used 2. And then since I'm moving from a forest to another, I use 2 again. Okay, so there was nothing that much interesting here. But there was a lot of industry, which is always great. So that would be 15 dust, and now 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 industry, which is much better than the other place. And 3 science versus 6, which is, well, not that bad. So I think we're going to go here with our settler as soon as we can get it. But first, we have to run away and not make Red take the city. Actually, no, we can't take the city because he's cultist, which is great. So only Orange could take it. But that's still a risk, so we're going to try to do that first. Alright, we got the public library last turn. So we're going to put that ahead of here, actually. The bow is probably more important, because I've been waiting a long time for that. And I get 10 science here, which is almost the same as the 10 science from that thing, which will be done right after, so that's fine. Alright, settler next turn. I'll show you guys how to make him work. Alright, I still can talk to people. Let's end the turn. It's probably gonna be a thing that if I play with friends, they're gonna put a timer on me, which usually happens because I take quite a while to do my turns, but that's fine. And we won't explain as much during those. It will probably be for fun anyway. Alright, so he's still chasing me, which I don't like. However, I am now far enough to run away from them. Do I want to explore the north zone? or run away to safety. I think we're gonna run to safety. Plus I'll be close to this minor village if I do get my research done in time. Alright, we have our new settler. So, to make a new army, you would only have to click on the dude, and then click new army, and that essentially puts him in the middle of your city. However, if I had multiple, I would have to only click on that guy, because I would not want the other ones to come out as well. Alright. So, now he's out. And we did say we wanted to go here. I can make that in 2 turns, that's really good. And I stay in the city in my first turn, which is also really good. Oh, there's a thing here. I'll probably go get that. Too far. Could I use this one? I totally could. However, we're not gonna do it this turn, because I don't want to be in their place when my turn ends. And next turn I can just do 1, 2, click on the zone, 1, 2, and go out. And then they won't attack me. And I'll still be close enough, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll still be close enough to talk to the manufacturer right after that. This is really going swimmingly. Alright, let's keep going. We're a new settler. Alright, when you make a settler, you actually lose a worker. Which means that you have to buy him back or wait for it to come back with the food. However, we're not gonna do that, because it's only 88, and I have way enough. I could finish the Empire Mint now, but do I really want the titanium to be that fast? I kinda do, actually. Because of my museum that I eventually want to build. Is it worth spending 87 now? How much would I have? I would still have enough for 4 units in the next city, right? I think we'll test it out. Alright, so we're gonna do this. It'll still take 2 turns for the titanium, which is annoying. I'm gonna try to move guys until it's 1. There we go. And then there's this little guy. It's still 1 turn. You can keep him here. It actually doesn't move anything on the... Oh wait, that's not industry, never mind. Okay, that would be 3 turns. I'm not actually sure if I want that. That's fine. I'll keep the dust. Alright. This guy has moved halfway. That's pretty good. Alright, next turn.